So Donna, so in the last episode, we discussed, the registration process and the fees. What do you have in store for us today?
So I think we should actually go on and dive into every different level of education. This is certainly not going to apply to all of our Olim. Each one has got kids in different ages, but there are a lot of Olim that come with a wide range of ages, so that it could be useful for a lot of people. So let me also share my screen again, and we're going to touch upon the preschool this time. It's going to be as well a very quick video because preschool, as I was saying in one of our past videos, in Israel, it is mandatory to send kids to school after at the age of 3. So from the age of 3 and onwards, it is mandatory by law. Before that, what do you do, right? Because when you're a parent in Israel, uh, as opposed to what happens in other countries in the world, you would have 3 months of maternity leave, right? Right. So what do you do after those 3 months? Let's go into the different options that we have. So after your 3 months of maternity leave, what you can do with your baby essentially is by the way, the leave is actually the 3 months that you are paid by your job by law. If you want, usually people extend that a period into 6 months. Okay, so 3 more months that they don't get paid by the employer, but the employer allows usually and would accept for that amount of time to be off of work. Okay, so that's something important to know. Now, what options do you have for your baby? Usually, you have either a mishpachton, okay, which is common to have a metapelet. Metapelet is a woman that takes care of children as a home type of care, and what she does is create this kind of environment for care for a lot of babies, usually, but for small groups of 4 to 5 babies at once at their home. There's a lot of different options of mishpachton. You would have to connect really well with the metapelet and try to understand if this is the kind of person that you want for your baby or not. Okay, so it's very individual. This is something that has to be researched in advance, right? And only then visit, talk to the metapelet, and then register your baby to it. Then you have another option that is the poton. That is a similar concept, but it's for larger groups, okay? And it's from 3 months old to 3 years old children. All right?
Yeah, yeah, it makes sense. I don't have any kids, so you know,
This does not talk to
it's
you.
not applicable to me, but I'm sure it's applicable to many other people watching this.
Right. So we do have that. And I will go on to say that at the age of 3, what is usual for kids in Israel is the gan. Gan is a concept that is very well known everywhere in the world, actually. So you have two options again. Either you go to a gan ironi, which is the municipal kindergarten, or you would go to the gan prati, which is a private one. Okay. It's also supervised by the Ministry of Education. This is important to understand. This is not like individual institutions that do not go through the policies of the ministry, but it is different from the municipal one. Okay, and over here there's a lot of cognitive, social, and other types of of skills that kids are taught at the beginning of their educational process. Now, you would have within the GANs 3 different levels according to the ages. This is divided as follows. Ages 3 to 4 would go to an optional GAN, which is called Tom Tom Chova. Okay. Ages 4 to 5 would go to a recommended kind of GAN, which is really good to have because kids start socializing around those ages, and that is called Tom Chova. So Trom Chova and Trom Chova. And then the last one would be from 5 to 6, which is the Chova one. That is actually something that is compulsory gun. All right. Are we clear on this?
So what is compulsory? What does that mean?
Compulsory means that this is the kind of gun that the government asks you to put your children in. It's just a way of scaling the different ages, because remember, from age 3, you do need to have your child in a gun. So
Right.
that those are only the names of the levels. It's not really right. I just translated what it means to English.
Got it. I understand. And in terms of the guns, are there like a variety of guns available for the child as well, in terms of like the religiosity or the style or whatever? Or they
Yeah.
all just learn ABCs or Aleph, Beis, Gimel in every gun?
No, I'll tell you something. Actually, across the entire educational system and across all of the different levels, you would have different concepts of GAN, of sorry, a elementary school, and so on and so forth. High
Uh-huh.
school, universities. Universities not so much, because definitely that's like higher educational level. But for example, if we were talking about the Metapellet, that you can also, try to find somebody that is closer to your value system, that you want her to be around your kid and do that home care for you while you're working.
Oh, interesting. So like another random question. Like I know like there are different ways of educating, students, like in America, there's like a Montessori program. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. Um, but like it's like a different methodology in educating students. Like, do they have different ways of educating students in Israel in terms of like the schools that you go into?
So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that more in high school and so on and so forth, because that's the kind of system that is used also for the rest of the classes. When we're talking about preschool levels, it's pretty much standardized. There aren't many alternative options in
Right.
Israel.
Got it. And is that the same for elementary school as well?
So it would be for elementary school and high school. You do have like different levels of teaching, but I'd rather not go into it right now. Later on, we'll touch upon
Got it.
that.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it. Then. All right. So we have something to look forward to.
Yeah,
And
so
again, if anyone has any questions, put it in the comments below or send us an email.
great.
All right.
Thank you, Ariel.
Thank you.